Then Street Fighter 3 came out and no one really cared. Then Street Fighter Alpha came out, everybody was big on it. Wojak says Vulcan Forge. Another gaming project, looks very, very promising. I do follow Becker. Alex Becker. Alex Becker's more into like trying to live to be 200 years old and jiu-jitsu and taking that $100 million that he has after selling his company. So I don't think he's big into the crypto again. He'll probably get back. He'll probably get back when the bull run comes, and I will be leaving this channel when the bull run comes. I hope everybody knows that. If you don't, now you know. So the next bull run to come, I'll be stepping down from this channel. And because the thing is, when you get to the bull run, you get overheated and things go a little bit crazy. So what I want to do is I want to bring everybody to the bull run, tell them when I'm selling all my crypto, or at least 80%, and I'm going to step back and I'm not going to say anything. Just a big reminder like, hey, maybe you should take some profits instead of listening to me hype on about how great things are. It's just a thing. And then once the bear market comes in, I will come back, which is the exact opposite of what usually people do. But what are you going to do? I'll probably do some videos on Dan Degen every so often, my second channel for the more risky plays. But when the bull run comes and we get super overheated and we take a look at the Pi Cycle Top, the MVRVZ score, Fear and Greed Index, and a host of others, hash ribbons and such, and it points these indicators of where we're overheated, I will sell and I will get out and I will do something else and I'll wait till the market crashes and I'll come back and say, hey, we got 3 more years to go. Let's do the same thing again. That's it. All right. So that was that. Oh, Ellen says for the next, now that'd be an interesting one. Would anybody vote? Would you vote for Donald Trump, RFK Jr. ticket? Which would be very interesting because Republican says Trump's a Republican and RFK is, I believe, a Democrat still. So you'd have 2. I think if that would be the power move, you get people from both sides. I don't think they could lose. Oh. But those debates would be fire. RFK Jr. for president? Yeah. Golden Gaming says, Golden Gaming. I like that handle. Me and you should probably talk. Orange Man is not a Republican. He's a 90s liberal. The overturned window was forced so far left. This is what we get. It's true. It's very true, actually. If you look at politics in like the 1960s and 70s, Democrats back then looked like Republicans now. Go figure. Polygon Network. What do you think about the Gala Gaming coin? I wish they would pay me that $250,000 that Blockchain Gaming got. Gala Gaming, I don't know. You know, here's the thing about Gala. I own some Gala. Looks like the games are entertaining. I'm going to talk to Classy Games. Classy, damn it. Is it Classy Gaming or Classy Games? Classy Games. This guy. Hold on. I'm going to talk to this guy. Classy Games. And because he's big on the spider tanks. And I've seen the game. I'm like, I don't get it. So again, I got to bring somebody who knows what the heck's going on and go from there. So that's Gala, and we'll see. They follows Gala pretty closely, so we'll go from there. Judge Dredd, Demolition Man, fantastic movie. Wasn't up for an Oscar. I thought they were robbed. People should vote Republican. I'm not going to tell you which way to vote. I can't. I can't even give you financial advice. I'm not a financial advisor. I'm not your dad. But if you think about it, if you're into crypto, Bitcoin, digital assets, who do you think is going to move the needle for your portfolio moving forward? And who do you think has been the most honest so far? That's up to you to decide, not for me to say. So I'll just leave it like right there. There's, you know, what I should also start talking about is religion, because if I want to alienate the more people in my audience, I should just talk about politics and religion. That would be great. That is sarcasm. Gary loves power. He's a psycho. Come on, we all like a little power. Let's not go overboard, but it's true. And this is a great point. Velas, futures ETF haven't ruined Bitcoin, nor would a spot. It's very true. My question is this: do we need a spot Bitcoin ETF? Not really. And I was even thinking about this. If you think about it logically, there's so many people that want a spot ETF. There's so many people in traditional finance that want a spot ETF. When this comes out, and if Gary does shoot it down, do you know the kind of heat that he would take for shooting down a Bitcoin ETF that everybody wants, especially the largest and most powerful fund in the world of BlackRock with its 9 trillion assets under management? Can you imagine the heat he's going to take and why he's going to have to explain himself, on top of the fact that he's got Congress who's working against him for all these different bills that come about to actually, one, remove Gary Gensler, and two, to clarify what an actual security is. I think he's still going to do it, fate of glory, but he's going to take an immense amount of heat for that. And we'll see what happens. But boy, if he does it, did he not go right down what his bosses wanted him to do? And that's the question. Who's his boss? There's some people that think this boss, Rob, is BlackRock. And some people say, no, his boss is the President of the United States and the White House and all the different congressmen and women that he colludes with. It's up for you to decide. I know, I've already told you my opinion, but those are worthless. Just an opinion. Jerry Solar, good job, good information. Thanks, Jerry. When would you be back in Puerto Rico? Next month, matter of fact. First, we have to go to, I'm going to be at Korean Blockchain Week, if anybody's going to be there. I'm sure you guys are big fans of that. And then Singapore 2049, maybe I'll be there too. And that'll be in 3 weeks. So let me know. First time highlighted comment. That's good stuff. I hope everyone's doing well. Asteroids and space inventors. Dan is not giving out financial advice. Very true. The list says, yeah, 3 is probably the best fighter. Street Fighter Third Strike. That Third Strike was kind of a weird game. I don't know about that one. Thanks for sharing. RFK Jr. looks the way to go. Depends if he can get Biden to do a debate. I'm all 30 minutes late. Here's what we talked about. Essentially, the SEC is going to lose against Coinbase, I think, and they're probably not going to approve a spot ETF. But it doesn't matter, the spot ETF. As long as they lose those cases in court, because the big blow was Ripple. Thank God for them putting up the. Can you imagine me, Ripple? They had to put up so much money and time, and of course, all the Ripple holders like myself. I'm not a grandiose Ripple XRP holder. It's just I'm not. But for all the people that just held all the way through, I salute you. I mean, not easy. I couldn't do it. Everyone should vote, period. Very true. Everybody should vote, period. That's your right as an American, right? Gala should make a poker blackjack game. If they do make a poker blackjack game, I can't talk about it on this channel because YouTube has a big thing about gambling. Yeah, I don't know. Which I got to be honest with you. There's a lot of things that would consider gambling here anyhow. Hey, Rob, you put out a long video a long time ago about alts for next run. Do you still believe in Theta and BAT and Engine? Gosh, basic attention token. I thought was going to be very well and be like a nice token to use for like tipping and paying like small items for the Brave browser. It still seems like it's lagging. Again, we talk about technology catching up. This one hasn't caught up yet. As far as like Theta, I've always believed in Theta. You know who also believes in Theta is Google. Google is one of their enterprise validators for the Theta network. And I still believe that all the videos that we upload and we do all these things for Google, there's only so much space that you can pay for and put on, and it gets very expensive at times. So Theta would be a very good alternative to that. And actually, I should really start streaming on Theta. Engine, I don't know if Engine's still going to make it as far as like in-game purchases and using the Engine token for the different crypto platforms or crypto gaming. I still own it. Let me rephrase that. I own 35% of that because it was on Voyager. Oh, no, I don't know any of that stuff now. Now I just think about it because it was on Voyager, which I left some of my crypto on there after, remember that video we did where we talked about how Voyager screwed all of us, but whatever. Anyhow, I got liquidated. I got 35% back. So it's in cash now. I don't have any Engine. Sorry for the confusion. I had to think about that one. Yeah, me too. I don't like talking about either. What happened to Nickel Arcade? It's a long time ago. Jeffster says, which stablecoin do you like the best? Well, I didn't really get into Tether too much because I'm an American citizen, but I can buy Tether apparently on Coinbase and Kraken. But so far, I just use USDC. Seems to do pretty well. I know people will say, "But Rob, USDC, they can freeze that and they can stop things." They're going to do the same thing with the PayPal one, and I think they can do the same thing with Tether. So, what's the difference? I just believe in USDC a little bit more, even though every time that I talk about how I think Tether's going to have a collapse at some point, never happens. So, what do I know? Where is Ben? Ben was on vacation for a week with his family. You got to haul around 4 kids. Tip my hat to that guy for doing those. I remember those days. And he's back. So we'll probably do NFA Live next week. And then Guy had to fly to London for a family event. So sweet. I wonder if you have that 1UP arcade. That's pretty cool. Yeah. I went to see Alex around. He owes us all money. I think, again, Internet Computer Protocol or ICP, I think it comes down to a project that is just a little bit ahead of its time. And I was actually talking to Yatsu about this on the founder of Animoca Brands. And we were talking about it, and he came out, and he was in Web 1. And then he got into, and this was in Hong Kong and different, I think it was Japan as well. But when he talked about how he started up his own company for internet services and providers, they got into augmented reality in 2006. And he said, you know what? We thought it would do really well. We thought it would take off, but we're just too early. He goes, we're going to revisit that later, now in 2023. But he goes, we were just way too early in 2006. Same thing with Internet Computer Protocol. I think it's just, some of these things are just way too early. And you got to stick around forever. So the question is, do you want to hold on to that forever and wait till it catches up? Hopefully it catches up, or do you want to get into something else? That's of course up for you. Ampere and Flexa, sure. They've got a lot of good partnerships. I don't see why they can't do well. Kevin B says, spot ETS will be approved just for the halving. It's all part of the plan. Here's another thing. Think about it this way. Here's the thing I think about. I think BlackRock knows they can make a lot of money in Bitcoin, but you know what else they can make a lot more money in? Reconstruction of, let's say, war-torn areas such as Ukraine. Or maybe something in the war industrial complex. And maybe there's other contracts that they want a little bit more. Maybe they're just playing along. This is just tinfoil hat stuff. And maybe they want to put a big wet blanket on the Bitcoin halving because they can get refused in March of 2024. What happens a month later? The Bitcoin halving. Maybe they'll disapprove it then, and maybe they think that people will lose interest in it for some reason. Just playing devil's advocate. But maybe it could be. I mean, look, I'd rather be wrong. No, I'd rather be wrong and rich than right and poor. So if I'm wrong, great, I'm wrong. And then of course my portfolio goes up, and that's it. I can say I was wrong. Worked out pretty well for all of us. No. No, I'm not going to Toronto. Sorry. Altcoin Daily makes a video about Trump likes Ethereum. Yeah. I think the reason maybe why Trump likes Ethereum is because didn't he do an NFT sale for Trump? It's probably, I'm going to guess it was probably based on Ethereum. So maybe he had to have some for the utility, which is gas. I don't know how much he had though. So who knows? Yeah. Rob, you going to set up an interview with Jessica Coinbase? Yeah, at some point, probably have her on. Smart lady, been in the business for a long time. So probably has some great insights. I need to do that. I got to do those things. I'll put that on my schedule of one more thing to do. That's what I'm talking about. That's just it. Like for everything you see, like it can be just the opposite. Am I crazy today? BlackRock and the SEC planning on this spot denials a way to get the market to drastically drop to get cheap prices before the halving? I don't know. Either way, it's still good. You can play either way, right? So like for me, I just dollar cost average. But let's just say Rob's right, which I would be in the far, far minority if I'm right on this one. Let's say that the spot ETF doesn't get approved and it comes out and Gary's like, no ARK, no BlackRock, no Valkyrie, no blah, 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 blah. And everybody gets denied at the same time. You know what the price would do? It would probably tank for a little bit. But do you think Bitcoin go to zero? Probably not. Would it go to 15,000? Probably not. Below 20? I don't know. Below 25? I have no idea. But if you just sit back and just wait for that announcement, well, first of all, you dollar cost average. Then you just wait for that announcement. The announcement comes out. Nope, denied. I don't think the price is going to skyrocket up for that. I think it'll drop way down. And we all know where it's going anyhow. Could play either way. It's like the Stoics say, you can't, it's not about the event. I can't change my response, or I can't change the event. The only thing I can change is my response to the event. That's all I got to remember. Trump holds 500K in ETH from NFTs. Yeah, there you go. That's why. The NFTs. You think like Trump's like a huge believer in Ethereum? He doesn't even know how to spell it. Just kidding. Maybe not. Yeah, there you go. Trump holds ETH, doesn't like ETH. It's just from an NFT consumer. Oh no. Trump's holding another set of NFTs. Hey, SpaceX Falcon just launched. Well, good for Elon. Yeah. Thoughts on sushi? Sushi Swap? I don't use it. I like wasabi. And that's it. And Desert Dog says it perfectly. Hey, over 1,000 people watching, only 360 likes. That's it. Look, a lot of things are coming up this week. I'll let everybody know. But I'll get Jessica from Coin Bureau on. I'll ask the team, and then we'll get the gamers on, the ones who know what's really going on, and we'll talk about which games to potentially invest in, but not so much the games, but which underlying assets. Because remember, like for all these blockchain games, they're built on a subnet or on a layer 0 or a layer 1, and who's using the best layer 2s. And we'll get that out to you as fast as possible. That's it for today. So look, like today's video, thumbs up, consider subscribing. That's it for today. Thanks everybody for stopping by. I appreciate it. You guys coming by on a Sunday, and I will see you guys on the next one. Adios.